brothers of the world are back, guys, to break down UFC 261. Before we get into it, like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Leave us a comment. We appreciate it, people. Now we're going to get into it. It's breakdown time. You ready?
I'm ready, bro. Been ready. I've been waiting for this.
UFC 261 pay-per-view with the crowd.
With the crowd, bro.
Tampa, right? Or Jacksonville?
No, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. So they at least 20,000 fans there. We're gonna hear the crowd. We're not gonna be there, but we're gonna be at the next pay-per-view, UFC 262.
I know in a couple episodes ago I was talking about how I'm really gonna miss the emptiness of the Apex and getting to hear everything between the punches and the corner.
God.
But I'm so pumped to have fucking fans back in the studio.
We got 3 title
Stadium.
fights, but I think they only do it for the main event, and you already know what I'm talking about. When Bruce Buffer goes,
Time!
They do it for all of
when
them?
it's dark and they put the spotlights on only the 2 fighters. That's like the moment where I'm like, it's time.
It's time, bro.
time. So
the
guys,
crowd is gonna be roaring.
Like I said, 3 title fights and 3 great title fights, dude.
Start at the top
Let's start at the top, bro. The rematch.
between Jorge Masvidal and our champion at 170 pounds, Kamaru Usman.
The Nigerian Nightmare against Gamebred the
Part 2.
second time. So, well, guys, we saw the first one last year in the summer, and it was one-sided.
Yeah.
Only one judge gave George Masvidal 1 round. You know the deal. He took it on
6 days
6 days
notice.
notice. He had to cut 20 pounds in a week. But you know what I've heard from, because they both train American Top Team, right?
Who? Usman?
No, Masvidal.
Yeah, Masvidal, yes.
Or Masvidal trained. Okay, what I'm trying to say is Dustin Poirier was at American Top Team at the time, getting ready for his fight against Hooker, and he said, even though Gilbert Burns was supposed to fight, and that's who George Masvidal filled in for, he said Masvidal was training every day.
Yeah, he said he was training every day, but I think there's a difference because he was predominantly training on wrestling. I remember he brought in, I think his name was Bo Nichols. He brought him in to help him train on the wrestling. But there's a difference between actually being in a fight camp prepared for somebody.
Like the mindset, right? Knowing you have a fight and then also just training hard.
And I think physically, we didn't see the best Jorge Masvidal. I mean, people might want to just say it was just an excuse to 6-day notice, but he also gassed in the first round and just looked very sloppy and tired throughout the rest of the fight.
excuse.
The only reason this man took the fight is because it was on 6 days' notice, and he had a built-in excuse.
It's an excuse.
I mean, that's what we keep hearing.
But it was kind of true. You know what I mean? He gassed super quickly.
He did. And he always, the whole fight, he had a smile on his face. And, this is where that whole meme originated, foot stompsman.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's going to go the same way. Now, I know this is a lot of people, a lot of media are saying this is an undeserved title shot. But in George Masvidal's defense, there's 2 reasons. One, after Kamaru Usman dominated Gilbert Burns, who did he call out?
He called out
Masvidal. So you can't blame Masvidal for that. The champion is not supposed to make call-outs. He's the champion.
And the second point, I think that you were going to go to.
The day's notice.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that this is the obvious money fight.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Kamaru Usman to make the biggest money.
It's green panty night when you fight me. Who did he steal that from?
Red panty night when you signed to fight me, eh?
Let's be honest, I have what everybody wants. Yeah. It's green panty night when you fight me.
We already know. So him playing that Conor, literally copying Conor, that's what's kind of cringy. But I think in the heart of hearts, I would generally like Usman besides the character he's playing. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah.
I don't like his character, but I feel like I would like Usman. And I do like him. I think he's a great fighter. I don't think he's the GOAT of the welterweights.
At least not yet. He's got stuff to...
Yeah, he's definitely on the rise. He stands at 18-1. He's had how many title fights?
I think only 3 now.
Beat Colby, beat George, beat Gilbert.
Sure.
And they're all... The Colby one was the closest. And, I look forward to seeing that in the future. Whenever that might be. Whenever Colby gets off the couch. Not saying he's not that active, but he's waiting. But let's get back into this fight. George Masvidal...
Fight clock is brought to you by Modelo.
Do you think he's going to open with the flying knee?
He's opening with the flying knee, and he's winning round 1.
That's not
No,
your
I'm
real
just kidding.
call.
I just wanted to fuck around. And I
that's not
almost
his
slipped
real
while
call.
doing that. So that was like an omen, like, you're a fucking idiot. So
I wish you would have.
Anyway, guys, this fight, I feel like it's going to be 5 rounds, but I know Usman saying, I'm finishing him this time. I don't think you can really finish. Okay, so Masvidal, 35-14. Almost 50 fights. See, this is his 50th right now. right? Is that maths? Maths?
I'm not good at math.
So anyway, this is his 50th fight. In his 50 fights, he's only been finished twice. 1 submission, 1 TKO. So he's a hard guy to finish. I think Usman, although we saw really good striking from the Gilbert Burns fight, right? Agreed? Like, he's been training with Trevor Whitman, right?
Yes, sir.
So he showed world-class striking in that fight, but I just don't see, I just don't see anybody get knocked out. I feel like it's going to be the same fight. Now will we see, a complete copy of, like, holding up against the fence?
I think Jorge is going to have a better shot at getting off of the fence. I think Jorge is going to have a better shot at landing his strikes.
He needs shoulder strikes.
Jesus, man. Gilbert's attempt at taking that belt off of Usman really kind of changed my mind because I thought Jorge's power strikes would be able to be the difference maker. But Usman took those shots like a goddamn champ. And he was hurt, but he was able to push through and still get the finish off of his striking.
Based on that fight, though, Johnny, don't you think what's his name? Gilbert kind of blew his load though, because he knew he hurt him, and he went for it, right?
And it looked like he also took a more of a friendly approach because he laid down on the floor and said, "Yeah, come on, bring it on."
And then he got clipped in the second, right? That's when it finished.
Yeah, third at the beginning of the third, but
right,
he was clipping him all throughout the second.
So Usman just looked really good his last fight. He's been very active now. I'm picking Usman. I know we'll definitely pick. Let me just give you the odds. So heavy favorite for Usman right now, minus 410, plus 320 for the underdog George Masvidal. This is an elite wrestler. This is gonna probably be his last title fight, bro. I feel like George, he has fights in the future. I feel like he has another fight with Nate Diaz in the tank. I feel like hopefully we'll see him fight Conor one day. Poirier, maybe.
But without winning this fight, he's going to have to take on at least a 5-fight winning streak to try and get back to the belt if he doesn't win it here.
I feel like they're going to treat him the same way they treated Tyron Woodley. He's going to fight, after this, he's going to fight straight killers. Unless he has those money fight opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, he could fight a Vicente Luque, or he could fight Nate Diaz for a shitload of money. What's he going to choose? Money.
Yeah, that's why, once again, I think Nate Diaz set himself up perfectly with this Leon Edwards fight to go ahead and fight the winner or loser of a bunch of different matchups. So who you got in this one?
Kamaru Usman.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to go Kamaru Usman. So that's why I am going for Jorge Masvidal, baby. Gamebred is going to get that knockout in the third round. I'm calling it.
Can you do a flying knee real quick?
No, I can't do a flying knee.
So, hey, real quick, guys. Man, I was on the BMF train, baby, when he knocked out Darren Till, Askren. Honestly, I liked him in Darren Till, but I was kind of rooting for Askren in that fight. But then again, he beat Nate Diaz, and I was on the baptismal. And then, even the first fight, I was like, come on, George. And then
the resurrection train.
For some reason, and I guess a lot of fans might feel the same way, but he just became very unlikable after that.
He kind of turned heel, especially.
It's like he let the money change him, but I don't really.
He joined the Jake Paul army.
That was kind of upsetting, but I guess the money was there. So that's what I'm trying to say. If the money's there, he's gonna take it. But the thing is, George was always came off as like the real guy. He used to fight in the backyards of Kimbo Slice days. He's fought everywhere. He fought in Japan, fought here, fought there. So he's just a likable guy. But now the character he's playing is just.
And he also took this big ass break since his last title fight. He went ahead and just went on a hiatus and said, "I'll wait for my next opportunity." And now the next opportunity is coming.
His last win, guys, was November 2019 against Nate Diaz. So it's been a while since we've seen him win. The hype of his big 2019, put him on the video game cover, has kind of really dipped. But this is a big fight for him. It's a money fight. I feel like they're gonna get a lot of pay-per-view buys. But I'm going Nigerian Nightmare.
The co-main event, though, this is gonna be the best fight of the night, hands down, no argument.
I'm Shangwai Lee.
And you will remember me. Yes.
Bleed red, bro.
And Rose Namajunas is definitely better dead than red?
Dog, bro. This fight, really good co-main event.
It's going to be a banger. This is easily going to be the best fight on the card.
Potential fight of the night.
And it's going to be mostly a striking stand-up kind of battle. I don't see this going to the floor. Maybe Wiley.
Some clinch. We'll see some clinch work.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe Wiley will want to try and take it to the floor to mix things up, but predominantly on the feet here.
Really close odds, by the way, Jared. We got minus 190 for the champion, Wei Li, plus 160 for the contender, Rose Namajunas.
Ooh, I'm liking those contender odds right
there.
there.
So Rose is just coming off of her rematch win against Jessica Andrade, who is fighting on this card, right, against the champion Shevchenko. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And then Weili's coming off of the fight of the year, maybe one of the best fights of all time, last year, early January, against Joanna Jędrzejczyk. So Weili, we're all on board with that. But Rose, former champion of this division, right? Mm-hmm. She had beat Joanna. Then she lost to, Andrade. Andrade was the champion, right?
Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah, she slammed her.
And then who beat Andrade?
Andrade was beat in 44 seconds of the first round in China by Miss Zhang Weili,
And
bro.
then, so Weili's first defense was against Joanna, right?
Yes.
So this is her second defense. Man, this is a fucking banger, bro.
Weili is gonna come
Women's
forward
strawweight.
she's gonna come forward with her pressure. She's gonna land those big strikes that she always looks for in the clinch. That's gonna probably be very dangerous for Rose Namajunas, because when you saw her finish Jessica Andrade, she just hit nothing but elbows, and then they told her, "Hey, watch the back of the head." She said, "All right, let me give you some knees right here." So I think the clinch is gonna be dangerous for Rose, and Rose's best opportunity is gonna be to strike at a distance and keep circling away from her.
She is an inch taller, but she also has a 2-inch reach. The thing is, I feel like Joanna, even though Rose beat her, is a better technical striker and has, a hell of a chin and a hell of a forehead. We all saw that.
A big-ass forehead.
We've showed it before. Let's show it again. Anyway, I just feel like Weili's going to be better striker. Now, Namajunas has to fight at a distance. Weili's, she's only an inch shorter, but the thing is she fights better close.
We're finally back in the big cage.
There
we're
we go.
We're out of the apex, and we're finally in the big cage. So she's going to have a little bit more space to move around. She's very good with her side-by-side movement. So I'm going to go with Rose Namajunas by decision.
You're picking Rose?
Hell yeah, I'm going Rose, baby. I'm going with America.
I am once again going for the champion to retain their title, Zhang Weili.
Zhang Weili, you got a decision? You got a finish?
I see finish.
You got finish.
So we got 5 rounds. I see she finishes her in the third.
In the third.
I feel like she's just gonna bloody her up, and eventually, I see TKO. I don't see her knocking her out cold. I see putting her in the fetal position basically.
Well, the thing against Rose against Andrade in her last fight, the rematch, Rose looked really good in those first 2 rounds, striking her up. But Andrade got a hold of her and started landing some huge shots and stole that third round. Like, a lot of people were wondering what would have happened if that was a 5-round fight. So maybe Weili Zhang could go ahead and take over on the pressure and get that knockout by the third round.
I feel like it's just going to be too much pressure. And then Zhang Weili, we saw her against Joanna. It just seemed like they never slowed down. So that cardio, I give it to Weili. They're both coming off of big wins. But Weili is going to be too fast, too quick. And I don't think Rose is going to be able to keep the distance.
The question is, bro, since we've got your decision here for this pick, is Andrade game enough to put up a challenge against the 125 champion, Valentina Shevchenko? That's the first title fight.
Bullet Valentina. So, I don't know, bro. This one just...
I've always been saying since the beginning of Andrade's career, this bitch was slamming people and beating people up at 135 pounds before she came back down to 115 and is now a title competitor or a title challenger here at 125.
So she's going up in weight, right?
Yeah, she's going up in weight. But like I said, she's already fought and won at 135.
The thing is, bro, besides Amanda Nunes, we don't see Valentina lose, bro.
No, we don't.
We don't see her lose. And even though Valentina has had 2 close fights with Amanda, the GOAT, I just feel like... dude, she's unbeatable. Jessica Andrade is a good competitor. Now, go on.
Jessica Andrade, yeah, she's going to come in with the pressure. She's going to land big shots that maybe could get a knockout. We've seen her get a knockout through slam, so she has these opportunities to make big moments. The only thing is Valentina's just too damn crispy. She's too damn crispy.
Too sharp, man. And then Jessica, she's going to apply pressure. She's going to look for the takedown, right? Jessica's forte is take you to the ground and pound you, look for submission. Maybe she'll do what she did to Rose Namajunas in their first fight, slam her on her head. Anything can happen. This is MMA, but the thing, dude, Bullet Valentina, too
It kind of
sharp.
seems inevitable that she's going to catch her coming in. She's going to hit her with probably a right hook as Andrade tries to push her and bully her up against the fence.
I do see. I know you said that she might catch her with a hard shot, but the thing is, I don't see Andrade getting knocked out. I see this going the distance, but I see it one-sided. 50-45.
Weili Zhang finished her in that first round.
So, but
Jet-
you're right, man.
Valentina Shevchenko has
I
got
just feel
power
like-
and technical skills.
So, what are you going?
I'm gonna go Valentina Shevchenko.
Knockout?
Second round knockout, bro.
Ooh.
Second round knockout.
But the thing about
gonna
Valentina,
finish
what about
it.
her last fight? Where she fought Maya, right? Mm-hmm. And that was a long, drawn-out fight, right? Didn't she lose a round?
I think the judges did give Maya 1 round due to the takedowns, but even then, Valentina was still fighting with submissions and landing strikes from the
See,
bottom.
that's what I'm basing it off of. Even though Andrade has been knocked out by the current strawweight champ, I just feel like Shevchenko's now more. I feel like she's kind of changed her game, more technical. Like she's not really looking for the knockout.
Safer. She's trying to secure
Exactly.
the belt.
She's just scoring points. She's defending takedowns. And that's how I see it going the distance. Now, real quick, odds, guys. We got minus 400 for the champion. Not as much, just a little under Kamaru Usman and Masvidal, which is Kamaru's, 410 minus. And then plus 310 for Andrade. So this is another 2 title fights here, guys. Have big odds. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel they're going to be very competitive.
Agreed. But Shevchenko with the knockout.
Shevchenko
Shevchenko with the knockout. We got another rematch coming up when Chris Weidman and Uriah Hall meet again. Last time they fought was...
Pick 'em.
Is it a pick?
Both minus 110.
Both minus 110, which I think is kind of dumb. Chris Weidman won the first fight, and I think he's going to win this fight the exact same way. Chris Weidman, although he's looked a little bit chinny, he's also looked a lot better when it comes to his wrestling, which is his forte. It looks like he's picked it back up and that's what he's using. I think he's going to drag Uriah Hall to the ground and probably beat him by decision.
So, he said he fought Uriah Hall, but he also fought Uriah Hall in 2010.
Yeah, long time ago.
Back in Ring of Combat. Very well-known promotion. But he did get the W, and this is, when he was on that streak where he was beating everybody, where he beat Anderson, he beat Lyoto. So he hasn't fought, it's been 11 years, guys, since these guys have met in the octagon. Well, 10, because, they fought in September. But what I'm trying to say, Uriah Hall has upped his game. I'm surprised it's this close, but Weidman, he's not the Weidman of old.
You could say that, but somehow right now I'm still betting on this Weidman over Uriah Hall. For some reason, it sucks to say
it is close on odds. Don't get me wrong.
But Uriah Hall has always let us down.
Okay,
Up,
Johnny.
from being the next Anderson Silva to
You know what Uriah
getting
Hall
his
is?
opportunity.
Like the best that ever was.
Yeah, exactly.
He fits into like the Phil Davis category. Who's another guy they tried to build up? They didn't make it.
What's his name? Will Brooks from Bellator, who came over.
That's another one. Yeah, so Uriah Hall, man, I just feel like he's going to be able to pick apart Weidman. Weidman just looks slower. I mean, he got a win in his last fight against, what was his name? Omari Akhmedov. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of, a long, drawn-out, not too much action, not a fight,
It was a wrestle-off.
Yeah, it's not a fight you write home to. Now, he's coming off of, there's 2 losses before that, one in 2019, late against Dominic Reyes, and, Dominic Reyes, title contender.
A weight class above.
Yeah, you're right. That was his first step back in there, right? Mm-hmm. Moving up to light heavyweight. And he did lose to Jacare in 2018. So, Weidman, ex-champion, he's always going to be the champ, man. I hope, I want to see Weidman win, but I don't see him win. I see Uriah Hall. I feel like Uriah Hall is on a tear now. He's coming off of a win, right? Mm-hmm. Who did he just beat Anderson, right? He retired Anderson.
I believe that was his last one.
He retired Anderson. He looked really good, knocked him out. I see a finish here. I know the odds are pick 'em. They're equal, minus 110 for both. Pretty equal in 6 foot against 6'2" Weidman. He's just gonna pick him apart, bro.
You're wrong. Chris Weidman is gonna take him down, smother him, 3 rounds. Uriah Hall's done. Let's get him out of the UFC already.
Picks: Weidman, Uriah Hall. Finish: first round.
Nah, decision for sure.
For
but
who?
Chris Weidman. But Anthony Smith and Jimmy Crute open up the card at light heavyweight, and this is a damn good fight as well. Everybody's been hyping up Jimmy Crute like if he's the next big thing here at this light heavyweight division.
I feel like they're giving Anthony Smith the prospect gatekeeper role, because that's what Crute is, right? Mm-hmm. Crute's pretty new, relatively new. He's had his fights.
He's looked good.
How many UFC fights has he had?
Can't tell you off the top of my head, but I'd say somewhere around 6.
Now, Anthony Smith has had some tough beatings recently. So the 25-year-old Jimmy Crute, as I'm looking here,
This is going to be a 6th fight in the UFC.
6th fight in the UFC. Well, his first one was Dana White Contender Series. He impressed. He's only had one loss to Misha Serkinov. But he's also beat Sam Alvey, your fave, Paul Craig, another good name. He beat Modestas Bukauskas recently, and Bukauskas was coming off of a knockout win. Kind of controversial, but he beat him, and he beat him with knockout in the first round. So Crute does have that knockout potential. Real young cat, looking good. He's fighting Anthony Smith.
All of his wins since Dana White Contender Series have come by finish. Even his one loss to Serkinov, like you said, that
All
human
finishers.
blanket.
And then if we're looking at, Anthony Lionheart Smith, he's coming off of a win from Devin Clark.
But he's definitely on, I'd say, I guess, the more losing side of his career at this moment. He had a really fast rise up to the...
But he's fought beasts.
Yeah, for sure.
He lost to Teixeira, who's next in line to fight Blachowicz. And then he lost to Rakic. But he also has good wins in between there. He beat Gus by sub. And that's when we thought, he's going to bounce back from that Jones loss.
Mm-hmm.
It
just hasn't seemed to happen. And Devin Clark, although he's a good fighter, he's another one of those prospects that was supposed to be breaking out of that unranked area into the top 15. And
so how do you see this fight going real quick?
I'd like to go with Anthony Smith, man, but I think I want to go with the young hype of Jimmy Crute. It seems like he's more of a light heavyweight.
He also has a wrestling pedigree, though, right?
Yeah, he likes to finiess fights on the ground.
So ground and pound.
So does Anthony Smith.
And I feel like Anthony Smith, he fought an older Glover Teixeira, but, Glover Teixeira is aging like fine wine over here, people. So I'm going to see it the same way. I'm going to agree with Johnny. I see Jimmy Crute taking him down, finishing on the floor. Now, it's 3 rounds. The thing about Anthony is he's usually fought 5-round fights, right?
Yeah, he's definitely going to have the cardio to
He's
go
going to have the cardio all the way through. So we'll see if Jimmy can wear him out on the ground. He does have the takedown advantage. They're similar in height. Anthony Smith is 6'4" to 6'2" Jimmy Crute, and reach is about similar, 2 inches for Anthony Smith. But Johnny, I see it coming down the same way.
Yeah,
Take him down, ground and pound.
They're both very similar in a bunch of different ways. They're both very good grapplers. They both have power punches. I just think that Jimmy Crute is going to be able to take the edge in every single department and probably going to finish him in the 3rd round on the ground as well.
There we go, man. I'm going for, third late round finish right before the buzzer.
That was the main card. Throughout the prelims,
Cowboy Oliveira.
Yeah, we have the Brazilian Cowboy, Randy Brown.
Usually excited.
Brendan Allen is finally back.
There we go.
Against Carl Robinson. But the Tristan Connolly.
And then if we look at the early prelims, man, we have 3 people from China. So China is going to show up, guys.
Representing with Wiley Zhang. Tristan Connolly beat Michelle Piera, I believe, on that super late minute replacement. It's going to be a good card.
Good card, guys. It's UFC. We're back. Pay-per-view. And we got them fans back.
We got the fans back, baby.
We got the fans back.
No, we're done? Like, we can't hear us at all?
It's still going, though.
All right, well, we're done. We out of here. I got to go. Got to go pick up my kids. They're at my house.
There's children. Later, guys.